Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and today I'm going to be officially updating you on some more breaking news. This is about now 35-year-old Zlatan Ibrahimovic that I've mentioned to you guys on a couple of occasions. Apparently now he's set to be signing a new deal, signing a new deal this week, as early as this week possibly. It did suggest how he was going to be signing a new deal in a couple of months with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and this injury that he's currently suffered, he has recovered fantastically well. Initially he was supposed to be out until the end of the year, but it has overscheduled, and his progression in this 4 month he has been out, he has done absolutely fantastically well. We know he received the injury back in April against Anderlecht, and at that point we all thought his career was significantly all over at Manchester United, and we thought he was going to be out till the new year, to the end of the year at least, but that is now come to a conclusion. He has fastly recovered. We've had fantastic positive feedback from the medical staff, but the concern could be with the wages now he could be currently receiving. That could be a concern, and the concern is now that we have got Lukaku, who was an initial replacement for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It's going to be a concern, you know, whether he's going to get enough first team football in there, because you could say allegedly he's affecting Romelu Lukaku's role. Would Mourinho be determined to play Romelu Lukaku and Zlatan Ibrahimovic up front? They do play in the same position, but I can't really see that happening. May have plans to play Lukaku one week and Zlatan Ibrahimovic the other week, but he could be still that good, useful there as an very good alternative. And we know last season he delivered the goods fantastically well. 28 goals in all competitions, delivered well in the Europa League, in the Community Shield and the EFL Cup final as well, and he was absolutely fantastic. Comparing him and Lukaku, I'm not quite sure, because you can't really say. I think Zlatan Ibrahimovic is better at holding onto the ball. I think he's better at scoring against the big teams. I think Lukaku's scoring again good at scoring against the low teams or the average teams, but I don't think he's that very consistent at scoring against big oppositions is Romelu Lukaku. But I think, you know, it's going to be hard, you know, for Zlatan Ibrahimovic to fit in there. As I did say, he's completed his rehabilitation now, and apparently he signed. We know we got him for PSG last season on a free deal. He did sign a 1-year deal with the club. His wages are not going to be as much now, but but Mourinho confirmed they had been in discussions about signing Zlatan Ibrahimovic a new deal. This is now going to come to an agreement, but it may not be maybe ideal for some people, you know, because he may find it hard to get the first team football like he wants. He does want to challenge up there. He wants to win more trophies. He wants to be playing in Champions League football. But the positive news is he has fastly recovered, and we know LA Galaxy have been interested in the current player, but he snubbed them off because he wants to make the return to Manchester United, and there's suggestions stirred up that he has recovered fantastically well. He's been punching a bag, you know, suggestions stirred up, you know, with him with kicking a ball with a crutch before. So this is absolutely fantastic news. But when you've got Martial, who's doing fantastically well, and he's done fantastic in the pre-season games. He's done well at the start of this season, you know, coming off the bench twice and scoring. You know, Rashford now rising up the ranks. He's growing and developing into his game more and stuff like that. You know, you've got Lukaku there, who scored 3 goals now in 2 Premier League games. So it's still maybe hard for Zlatan Ibrahimovic to fully spot. Some people say he could possibly get the number 7, but I doubt that will currently happen. So Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Romelu Lukaku do potentially play in the current same position, but he'll be good there as an alternative. I think we're all delighted because we basically thought his career was over after he suffered that injury. But very good news on that. And after Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and we know it's very good news. He's a very prolific goal scorer. He's very agile, very good in the air, good, fantastic finisher. You know, he's not a player that much relies on pace, but he's a fantastic goal scorer. He's good on the head as well. So now with the Griezmann situation, you know, as reports have broke out, we may not need him now anyway. We probably don't even need Ibrahimovic now, because I think we've got that fluidity and movement up front that we need. We still need strengthening on the left-hand side, but with the Griezmann, you know, suggestions stirred up. We know before he estimated 6 out of 10 he was going to come to Manchester United, but obviously then the transfer ban had occurred, and he had that guilty conscience. He didn't want to leave because of they couldn't find them individual placements, obviously, with a transfer ban. We know he's rising up the ranks with Real Sociedad. He's been at Atletico Madrid now for about 2-3 years. He hasn't won much. He hasn't won basically any silver, and I think he'd want to elevate to that higher level with Antoine Griezmann. And I know he's had discussions with Diego Simeone over his future. And apparently, if Blanc, who is Atletico Madrid's #1 keeper, leaves, he may be the next to currently leave the club. We know he signed a contract back in June. He was basically on the verge of joining Manchester United for £89 million. Pogba Abu is very, very confident because them two do have a strong relation, them two. Him and Griezmann, and we know Griezmann had been fantastic filling that number 7 spot on Manchester United, and we know he stirred suggestions up. Did Griezmann with what he put out? I think it was yesterday. What he currently tweeted out. Antoine Griezmann. He basically he had 2 call emojis. He had one unhappy emoji and one angry emoji, and he gained quite a lot of attention. I think he does regret not joining Manchester United now, and United fans have reacted to this, basically saying, put a transfer request in, there's still time. The number 7, he's still waiting for you here, come and join, etc, etc. And obviously photos have been uploaded with Pogba and Lukaku, you missed out and blah blah. So a lot of United fans have reacted to this situation what Griezmann has put out. He also got sent off in their recent game as well. I think he did say something to the referee, but I don't think Mourinho will re-go now for Griezmann, especially now Ibrahmovic is coming back. So anyway guys, 7th update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel, subscribe and take it easy. I'll see you later, bye.